Hi, I'm Dr. Walter Matwichuk, and the purpose of today's intermittent reinforcement email message is to talk to you about unconditional life acceptance. Rational emotive behavior therapy teaches three forms of acceptance: unconditional self acceptance, unconditional other acceptance, and unconditional life acceptance. It occurred to me that I probably speak the least about unconditional life acceptance, and it would be prudent to talk more about this important form of acceptance. Rational emotive behavior therapy defines acceptance as an acknowledgement of a negative state of affairs, an acknowledgement that all the conditions are right for that negative state of affairs to exist, an acknowledgement that we can bear that negative state of affairs, that it's bad and not awful, and that we can do what we can to alleviate or change the negative state of affairs and move on or have some degree of happiness even when we cannot change the negative state of affairs. That's what we mean by acceptance. And unconditional life acceptance is taking that complex definition of acceptance and applying it to all aspects of life and all happenings in life. Many different things happen during the course of our lives, some of which are good, some of which are neutral, many of which may be bad. In fact, often I see life as a never-ending stream of problems, and that we are born natural problem solvers. And the thing to do is to accept that problems are part of life, they're never ending, and that we still can have some happiness even when we face this never-ending stream of problems. Certainly, we can change some of them, but some of them we're going to have to live with, whether it be injustice, lousy weather on vacation, insufficient time and money, uncertainty, rejection from friends, or unrequited love, dissatisfaction with our body, the functional impairment that comes with illness and aging, and ultimately the death of ourselves and others. These are the negative aspects of life that we can bring to bear the powerful ideas of REBT that will help us withstand them and still have some happiness. Unconditional life acceptance stems from having flexible and non-extreme attitudes towards bad things in life, adversities. We encourage you to see that you can hope to avoid bad events. You can dislike the difficult circumstances of life. You can imagine better circumstances. But in the end, you would be well advised not to take what you want and transform it into a rigid attitude whereby you say to yourself or hold the idea that you have to have what you want and that the bad circumstances of life or the difficult aspects of life must not exist. Thinking in rigid ways about the characteristics of life that are negative or the happenings of life that are negative certainly won't change them, but it will change you and your mood and your ability to handle them. So what we encourage you to do in REBT is to challenge these rigid ideas and see that there's no evidence that life has to be all good and no bad. See that you can tolerate that all solutions have trade-offs and that there are no perfect solutions or perfect answers to our problems. And then with a cool head and a healthy, flexible attitude, you'll be able to sort through the different options and face the difficulties of life and still have some happiness despite these challenges. Rational emotive behavior therapy really is a philosophy of life that argues that life is going to be difficult at times and that pain in life is inevitable. However, we argue that emotional disturbance is optional and that we suffer more when we add to our pain by demanding that it not exist and thereby create emotional disturbance and compounding our problems. REBT is uncommon sense that I would hope you would expose yourself to, because it'll make bearing life's challenges and difficulties and losses and disappointments easier to bear. I would encourage you to read today's email and attempt to generalize it to your life. See where you have difficulty accepting life as it is, and then push yourself to do so. My guess is that as you do cultivate unconditional life acceptance, you'll notice that your life satisfaction increases. It may not increase dramatically at first, but as you learn to roll with the punches of life, there's a good probability that you will experience greater life satisfaction. I would encourage you to also attend my weekly Zoom conversations where I work with a volunteer and show them how to cultivate unconditional life acceptance, not to mention unconditional self-acceptance and unconditional other acceptance. It's held at 9 a.m. every Saturday morning here in New York, which is 2 p.m. in the UK, 4 p.m. in Bucharest, 7:30 in New Delhi, and 11 p.m. in Tokyo, Japan. It's a great way to deepen your understanding of these powerful ideas. And at the end, you'll get a chance to ask questions. It's free to attend, and every week we deal with a different problem. You can write to me at rebtdoctor@gmail.com in order to get your link. I use the same link every week. So once you get it, you can come back week after week. And I've noticed that the people that attend regularly seem to really cultivate a good understanding of REBT and report that they have greater life satisfaction as a function of doing so. I hope to see you on Saturday.